Hey guys, welcome to the vault. It's Pierre, Jason, Munfu, and Leon back. We're gonna bring you guys the stock report. We haven't done a stock report in about close to a month now, so we're gonna go through this. So Pierre, take it away.
Yeah, I think there's a lot that's gone on over the past couple of weeks. I think we've seen seismic movement from LIDS. We've seen some subtle moves here and there. We've seen Topperz really take off a little bit. MyFitteds continues to do that innovative stuff that they've been up to for quite a while now. So let's just get started here. So guys, I'm going to facilitate a little bit here. Jason's going to help me out a little bit with moving stuff around because Jason is an expert at kind of creating these visuals and helping us along here. So what I'm going to do is I think let's do this. So we've got 11 up there, right? So let's rank them. Let's tier them up, right? So we're going to do 3 bottoms, 3 tops, and 4 mids. Okay. And then what we'll do is 3 tops, 3 bottoms. I see Munfu laughing over there. He's a pervert. So
pause, Munfu. Just pause your brain, man.
Munfu. Let's get your mind back on this and off of Pornhub. Yeah. All right. So let's get started here, guys. So seriously. Bottoms. The bottom 3, I should say. If I keep saying bottoms, this guy's gonna explode. Jesus.
Yo, it's not even that it's funny. It's just that somehow it always works.
It sounds
I get it. It does sound top spot. Yeah, I get it. I mean, listen, get your mind out of the gutter, Munfu. Yeah. All right, so 3 bottoms.
I didn't say it.
If we talking bottoms, you can't not mention ECAP City. I mean, that's an easy bottom.
Yeah, easy bottom. Eblin's too, even though they tried with the popsicle pack, where the fuck that was.
We're only putting 3 in this tier, though, right?
Yeah.
Exclusive.
We can do 4 if we have to, guys. No, exclusive. That's it. That.
Yeah. Okay.
I think exclusive. I don't think Sportsworld was. I think Sportsworld's a mid.
Okay.
All right. So that's the bottom. So we say the middle tier, right, which would be 4. I would say, I don't know. New Year is borderline.
New Year has been kind of whack a little bit.
They've been terrible.
What have they been releasing? I don't even remember. Nothing really big.
They had Mickey Mouse.
They had Power Rangers.
The Power Rangers were.
I'm not mad at the Power Rangers.
Yeah, I'm not mad.
For kids from the 90s, might be all right.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't into it, but people liked it a lot.
And then they had the NFL
sideline stuff.
And Mickey Mouse playing golf, I think.
Yep.
They're not. It wasn't as bad as ECAP, Eblin's, and exclusive.
No, they're in the mids. I think that's about right.
All right, Sportsworld's in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Is there 4 U's in there?
4 U's in there.
So Sneaker Town is in here, I think, but they're like that glitch with the website, whether or not it was their fault, kind of knocked them down a little bit. But they've been doing good stuff lately.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't see how you can knock it down. They refunded people money. They fulfilled whatever orders they could.
Yeah.
And that's not even really what we talk about here, right?
Right. Yeah, and they owned up to it too, like immediately.
It's relevant. It's relevant to talk about, but it's not good. It shouldn't impact what we're doing here.
Yeah.
I'm not holding their feet to the fire, or I'm not saying they didn't. I'm just saying for user experience. Like if you thought you bought a hat and now you got to refund it, it sucks. So I feel for the customer. Does suck.
People were like excited about it and stuff, and they're like, all right. So so the rest obviously stay in the top tier. So let's who's the worst of the worst, guys? We got ECAP City, Eblin's, and Exclusive Fitted. Let's rank them and then stock up or stock down. Okay. Who's the worst for the past couple of weeks?
I feel like you reverse the order. It's about right. So ECAP bottom, Eblin's middle, and then Exclusive. That's kind of how I have them. I don't know how you guys would have them.
I think that's a fair way to assess it. I say ECAP is staying the same.
Yeah.
I'd say
they're starting.
Eblin's is up. Eblin's is up a little bit. I mean, you got to give them some credit.
Yeah, the flavor ice wasn't for everyone, but they're nice. I mean,
they're trying.
Decent looking hats.
A lot of people liked them, so I can.
Yeah. It crashed. I mean, if you want to talk about website issues, it literally crashed their website for a couple hours.
Do you think Eblin's had a better 2 weeks than Exclusive? They might have, though.
Yeah, they did.
2
Well,
weeks.
Might have.
I mean, exclusive really hasn't been dropping much.
Nah,
online.
they haven't dropped a lot.
I would switch those two.
Okay, I'm down with that.
You know,
Would you say
okay.
exclusive is staying the same, if not going down?
Yeah, I
I'd
would
say
They're just not
I'd say
memorable.
going down because they don't have enough. They're not. There's nothing being released.
Yeah,
that's-
they haven't had the volume that they usually do. It's just nothing really rememberable, I guess. Nothing really stands out. Like I can't name something that they dropped.
I mean, yeah, they're dropping relative to themselves. I want to make that clear.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
No. Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
All right. So we got to the middle of the road here. So the middle of the road, we got
Actually-
Sneaker Town, For You, Sportsworld, and New Era.
I like this order.
Yeah, I agree.
I might flip flop New Era and Sportsworld, but I'm not dying on that hill. Like
I wouldn't.
No.
Well,
You
I
might
will
be right
say,
though.
though,
Power Rangers. And
I was
stuff.
gonna say I think the Power Rangers
Okay.
might edge what Sportsworld's been
Yeah,
putting.
that's
it's very close though. It's very close.
That's
It's not
one,
like a mile
really,
away.
though. That's one good drop they've had in like the last 6 months.
That's true.
Yeah, but it happened recently, so it
Yeah.
happened within this period, right? Like,
I
I
would-
was
I would've-
closer to buying 7
I would
Power Ranger hats than 7 Sportsworld hats.
see. I would have bought 0 Power Ranger hats, and I would have bought a lot more Sports World hats
Fair.
over the
Fair.
same time period.
I agree.
I'm saying the gap's close though.
How about
I'm
we
not
do
saying
this?
it's more.
How about we do this?
Mhm.
Put them side by side.
Mhm.
Because I'm kind of in the middle on this one too.
Yeah.
And we'll say Sports World staying the same. They're both staying the same, really. I mean, let's just be real.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Neither has done much to make us
differentiate
feel
themselves.
like one has passed the other.
Right.
I'm fine with that.
All right. You think For You caps? I think this week was very promising.
I agree.
I
It
think
looked
they're
so
up.
good.
Yep. And they had
And
a bunch,
they also did those off-white two. They did those two tones too.
Yes.
they did those
They
two
had the
tones,
gray, they had
and
the gray too. Yeah.
they did a lot of retro gray on fields that
Yep.
we didn't
Wow.
show.
Yep.
They had the beer pack.
Yep. They've had
that
some
might have
good-
been outside of the scope of this one, but yeah, they did that too.
I actually bought 3 hats from there recently. When Manolo's in NY, I had him give me 3 hats from there.
The only thing I'll say is a couple of those off-whites were directly taken from MyFitteds.
Even
Directly.
with the different color bottoms.
Yeah, the Cleveland one was directly taken from MyFitteds. But they were good hats. Stole the right thing. But they did. But you're right. They did change some undervisors on some, but not the Cleveland one. All right. So Sneaker Town, stock up, stock down. Where you guys at with that?
I think they're about the same. They had a really good like few weeks like prior to this period.
Mhm.
It slowed down a little bit. I don't think that's their fault. I think
Yeah.
it's more of a New Era issue, but
They got
they're
good stuff
still-
in the pipeline.
Staying the
they're-
same or
Yeah, I think they're staying the same.
Yeah.
what happened now?
And he's laughing at the pipeline thing.
No.
I think they're trending
Laying
up
pipe.
over
Now,
They're laying
so
it-
first is
they're
top
laying it in the
bottoms.
middle.
Now he's laughing at laying pipe.
lane pipe in the
Yeah,
middle.
I'm not.
So basically, we can't film these things at night. Otherwise, Dre gets-
No, because Andre gets a little
Yeah.
frisky after
does.
after hours, man.
Not me.
So now it's like
Freaks come out at
top
night, man.
bottoms,
I'm
laying pipe.
The freaks come out at night, right? That's what they
You
say.
know, well, that he spent the
Freaky
last
Munfu comes out at night is more like it.
he spent the last 2 hours with us, so maybe that's got something to do with it too.
Oh,
Maybe we got
man.
them all. Maybe we got them all fired up, all
All
hot
fired
and
up.
bothered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what would be the perfect storm if Leon was actually awake for more than 3 hours, right? Because
Mhm.
Leon gets friskier as the evening goes on too. So if we had Munfu and Leon both at the
Yeah,
top
we're not
of
syn-
their,
we're not
their
synchronized.
little,
Well,
perv
no,
game,
they're-
we'd be in a good
they're the-
place.
They're
I
the
don't even know what
exact
time it feels
opposite-
like right now.
Exact opposite sleep schedule.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Andre
All right.
gets up, Leon goes to bed.
Yeah, that way we get
This is-
maximum coverage.
Well, this is like the 3 hours that
Maximum
they're awake at the
coverage,
same
here we
time.
go.
Yeah. It's like we're
all
watching
right.
watching a store or something.
Yeah. All right. So now we got the top tier,
Mm-hmm.
top shelf.
Wait,
Top
didn't we
shelf
mean to
talent.
put this over here? Nah, I'm
No,
kidding.
no.
Top shelf talent.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm gonna let me share my order. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see what everyone thinks. I go Lids, MyFitteds, Topperz, Hat Club.
I agree. I feel like it's hard. It's wacky to put any other way because the thing is this. So Topperz delivers the most consistent out of all of them, right? But a lot of their stuff will be more regular stuff, and then a lot of their stuff is like stuff that's like, oh damn, I absolutely need that. But their regular stuff is really good too, and like you need that. It's just not as like,
Mm-hmm.
It's not as sexy. It's not as sexy. Maybe it's Lids, MyFitteds, and Topperz next to each other.
Actually, can we just all agree Lids had the best week ever?
For them, yes.
For them.
Single week.
You know, in fact,
it doesn't, but it's going to go on for a while because
yeah.
Because
I mean, they
you're gonna have
released
stuff in
sheer
stores.
volume.
I've never seen so many people talk about wanting to go into a Lids store. I haven't seen that in a long time.
Well, there was lines in the Boston store. Literally.
That's crazy. Lines at a Lids.
Lines.
Have you ever?
So here's the thing.
No, I've seen a line. I've seen a line at a Lids before. It's because the store
employee was on break
and put the thing on the floor. But that's the only time.
Fear God too, though. Fear God.
And that was too deep.
Yeah.
No,
Fear God, they went crazy over those too.
All kidding aside.
Yeah.
All kidding aside. The whole trajectory of the Lids in-store experience is changing too because listen, the only thing that's stopping this freight train right now is New Era.
Yes.
And what's going on. And I think all the other vendors should be like, thank God that something's going to slow it down right now, just so, we can regroup a little bit. Cause I think Lids is the biggest disruptor there is, because they can disrupt things in a different way. They're not like,
so they can out order everyone too.
For example, like they can do a collab with someone and they're not going to do 200 units. They'll be like, all right, let's just fucking throw a couple thousand at this. And it's like, not even bat an eye at it, So like when you think about things like that, that power is different. So you don't have
quantity.
Yeah. The quantities are different. What you can do, like the depth to what you can do, it's different. And for me, I love how much I love mom and pop shops. I love them. I love them. I love them. I love them. I love the people that are in them. I love what they stand for. I love all that stuff. But what I love about Lids is it's going to challenge people in a different way. It's going to challenge people. I think it's going to redefine some things. And I think it's going to extend the love of Fitteds even further. The hype and the love of Fitteds is going to extend further because Lids is strongly in the game. I can remember days where I would be like, why the fuck is this woven patch on this hat? Why can't you embroider a patch? Why can't you do this? Why can't you do that? And now the walls are being broken down and good stuff is happening. Lids is the clear number one. Lids is now. If we were to do a stock report 2 weeks from now, very well Lids may still have that number one spot because the shit's still in stores.
It's still on the site.
Well, end of the month,
a lot of it is.
The Cobra Kai 2.0 hits the end of this month. Next month they have the Sprite jump, the lemon lime, and then they also have the two-tone rusty belt collection.
The rusty belt. What?
The rusty.
What? See,
seriously,
you know what?
Get your mind out of the gutter.
I didn't do anything.
You said rusty trombone or something. Didn't you say?
Yeah. You're pulling shit off of Urban Dictionary. Now,
I said rusty belt.
What in God's name is going on here? And look at Leon. He's just dumbfounded. He's like, what is going on?
Oh, he knows what all those things mean.
I don't even know.
Yeah. I don't even know what the hell's going on. I'm so foggy. I'm trying to remember what these stores dropped in the last 4 weeks.
All right, so
like if we break it down, right? I don't know. You guys might kill me for this, but I wouldn't rank Topperz above Hat Club because Hat Club did have one of the worst weeks ever. Like let's say it how it is. But before that, we had mint conditions, which were not bad. The draft stuff, so But then the Manolo pack,
What draft?
Manolo pack dropped, right? People paying like $300 for those fucking hats.
Yeah, well, that's those people. What draft stuff?
When they did the in-store with the patches and stuff.
No, Leon.
Oh my!
Wait a second. Was I able to get one of those?
Oh my God!
Well, I'm not saying they were good or bad. I'm regurgitating what dropped in the last couple of weeks.
It's hard. It's hard for me to judge a whole company based on what they did in one store, right? Like,
okay, I mean,
I couldn't go to the website and buy those patches.
Bro, those.
Well, listen, he's entitled. We can debate.
I'm just regurgitating what came out.
Hold on. Let me.
He doesn't give me a hard time for what.
Let me say something. He can share his opinion. Now we're going to debate respectfully. So, when it comes down to it, right? If I may share my opinion, Leon, I think the patch thing. To me, I'm just going to share what I think. Okay, I think it's just something to save face and to try to recoup money that's going to be lost because New Era is going to be in this shutdown mode. And I don't like the way it felt. That's my opinion. It felt like we're going to capitalize our dollars on the backs of these very popular people in NoHo right now and do something to recoup money that didn't feel genuine or authentic to me. It felt slapped together. And really, quite honestly, it felt kind of cheap to me. Now, I like the events that happen. I like the meetups. I like that stuff.
Yeah.
I think that stuff's fun. But when you start talking about, like, listen, nobody wants a goddamn patch on their hat like that. But now all of a sudden everybody does. It's because a company is telling you that you want this because they care about themselves. And
I don't think they could have got it. They could have got it in. They couldn't have got it in time though.
But bro, that doesn't matter. So don't put it out. That's the thing. Like bro, this goes back to what I said before. And I've said this and I will say this again and I'll continue to say this. My problem with Hat Club and the way that they operate is that they 100% do not move with integrity. You cannot sell shit and then think that that's okay and just okay, bro. All of those creators individually are amazing people and they do amazing work. They all have access to embroiderers and there's no reason why those hats were done the way that they were done. They were done on a heat press, bro.
You know what though, Andre, if someone wants to, so listen, a couple things, right? So, and I want us to kind of be careful of labeling a business not lacking integrity and things like that. I get it, man. We're going to have those thoughts. And I do appreciate, and one thing I appreciate about you, Andre, is that you do have very strong convictions about companies and the way they move and operate. And I love that about you. If we talk about those specifically, this thing, right? So there's two components to it. Does it matter when we're talking about stock drop and roll? And the answer is probably no. It's probably no, because that is more, I don't like the way it felt. That's how I felt. I don't know if I don't know if they lack integrity as an organization as much as I feel like I'm going to talk about that one event. I felt like that one event was kind of forced to set up like, hey, this is what we're going to be doing from now. It's like, come on, man.
The event's cool though. I'm not
trends happen organically, in my opinion. They don't happen because a company says we're going to do a meetup and we're going to heat press some patches on a hat. Now,
the New Era thing though. New Era has done that at like different events, like all-star games and whatever. Like you can buy a patch and heat press it on.
But then I'm watching recap and I hear like this discussion that's leading people to a place like, hey, do you think the next thing is putting patches on hats? No, actually I don't. Bro, no. But I don't. But like
the event's cool. The patches are cool.
The event, you're right. That's what I'm getting at, Andre. The event itself, the connection, the getting people into the same space to interact and talk and to meet with people that they love and really look up to. That's the good part of it. But 100%. Don't try to tell me the next big thing is heat pressing patches on hats. No, I don't buy it.
My thing is I was cool with even the patches. Like I was cool with all of the stuff. But my thing is that that's not a hat that that's not a hat that you force people to care about. That's not. Right. That's not what that is. And we're not going to pretend like we're going to decorate shit and then that's what it is, because it's just not like that's bad. I don't know. I'm not going to say that's bad business, but that's something for people that are local. That's not something you promote as like.
Right. So like it looking at stock drop and roll, I don't think we can, my argument Leon, is we can't really take that into account because that wasn't a hat they released. It was a cool event. It was the NBA draft. They had this cool basketball tournament. They had the meetup. They offered to iron on patches that you bought in the store, whatever. That's awesome. But for the purposes of stock drop and roll, I don't think we can take that into account because that wasn't a design that they released to the.
Then don't. I was just regurgitating what they had dropped in the last 2 weeks. That's all I was saying.
You had yeah, I know it, but it led to a good discussion where we could talk about. We talked about something. I think it was great that you brought it up, Leon. So when we talk about like Hat Club and its releases, they had mint condition. They had
cereal.
They had what?
Did we count cereal? Because I don't think we were.
That's quite a while ago.
Okay.
That's quite a while. We're talking the last couple of weeks, right? So, I mean, we're not going to go back a full month. I mean, that's.
They had the mint condition. They had the off-whites. They had the cowboy pack, the heartthrobs, some random major league stuff.
Do we count Manolos?
Too long ago.
Was it
3 weeks ago?
Well, the
landmarks.
The landmarks were 2 weeks ago.
That's relevant. That's relevant. I don't know, man. It's hard for me to pick. I gotta be frank with you guys. So I
mean, the whites were cool in theory. I think I don't know. I mean, that kind of I'm not gonna lie, that kind of proves my point about that's what I'm not trying to say all of Hat Club, because y'all know I fuck with Justin and stuff like that. It ain't got nothing to do with that. But my thing is, even those white hats, bro, like, so when does a company do bad? Because, bro, if any other company was to sell a hat for $5 more because of a bag, and then it came destroyed where it was an unwearable hat, bro, people would fucking lose their mind.
That's the one thing I didn't understand is if you're gonna sell me a dust bag, why isn't the hat in the dust bag?
But the dust bag is what made the hat messed up, because the dust bag is made out of poly, and it has dye that's on top of the fabric because it doesn't go into the fabric. So the black stuff that's coming on hats is actually from the bag. If you wipe the bag on the hat, it will get black. So that's why I'm bro, that's unfair. And if any other company did that, people would literally scorn them to death. But since it's Hat Club, people will just turn ahead and be like, well, they gave me 20% that I don't think
anyone's turning ahead. I personally didn't order any of those, so I can't speak from experience. So if that is your experience, just share it.
No, it ain't mine. It's the internet's. I mean, I've seen literally hundreds of people have that issue. And it's
I think there's some
$7 for a hat shit, bro, and it came fucked up.
Yeah, I mean that isn't a good thing. I think when we stick to like the hats themselves, I don't know. I'm comfortable if you guys are comfortable with putting Topperz and Hat Club side by side. I mean, because on the strength of the Manolo pack, on the strength of some of the other collections with Hat Club, Topperz really hung its hat on a lot of great, like I'm talking like clean designs and minor league stuff. I'm okay keeping them side by side. I think that's the easiest way to kind of settle the debate.
I'm okay. Topperz up, Hat Club down. I'm fine with that.
Well, yeah, but if you want to keep them, you're saying keep them as even on this chart, right?
Mm-hmm.
But one's up, one's down. That's okay with me.
Yeah. Like one hasn't done enough to pass the other, but Listen, to me, Topperz is trending up.
What world are we in? This is pretty crazy, right? You've got Topperz in the conversation with the likes of Hat Club and LIDS and MyFitteds. That's crazy, man.
Well, it's a lot of it is just quantity. Topperz is dropping handfuls of hats every single day.
Yeah.
They're the only ones doing that.
We did say though, you remember we did say we have talked about this a couple of times, and I get it. We run off this path every now and then, but we gotta be careful with the quantity talk because there's different sorts of
No. Like, yeah, I get that. But I get what
you know what I mean, Jason. It's just like you're right. It's this is kind of blurred line sometimes, but I do
it's a valid point to bring up.
Every day the guy's dropping something else, and there's good every day it's good stuff. So it's hard to like really.
He's dropping whole collections. whole collections. When
Yeah.
most people are scaling down, he's scaling up. So,
Yeah.
All right,
I mean,
so
you got to
we'll
be
say,
recognized for that.
is Hat Club stock down or is it even? Staying the same.
I mean, they had some really good weeks there, the Ox Pack and what else was there? Fitted female stuff. I think overall though, like the last couple of weeks has been down by their own standards.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. I think that's fair.
This week had to be one of the worst weeks that they've had
I mean,
since I remember.
I mean, I still bought a couple hats from them. I mean,
Yeah.
they had some good minor league stuff come out.
Like I
They had
didn't
some good
mind the heartthrobs, but some people like really hated the heartthrobs.
Well,
I mean,
listen,
I
there's still a
caught
hatred
some
for
on
pink.
hats.
There's
Yeah,
still some people still hate. Some people honestly hate the design. Other people just hate pink.
they just
So,
hate
like,
pink.
you know,
they hate pink. Yeah, like they're
they
staying
hate
on the
pink, they
hater
hate
train.
pink.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
So
fine.
the reason I didn't like it so much is it came just so close to mint conditions. It was basically a pink version of mint conditions. If they would have spaced it out more,
Yeah.
it was just like, you know,
I don't think they have much choice at this point, man. Sometimes they're dropping hats.
I get that. I get that. It just seemed like just a retread. And so,
Yeah.
No, I'm with you.
if I had seen it on its own, I would probably feel differently about it.
All right, so MyFitteds up or down?
I mean,
From
this
the
week was
preview-
really good. I'm trying to think of what last week was.
So they had Merlin missions, wrestling stuff. They had the beer packs, the guitar
They're
pack.
up. They're
Yeah,
up.
like,
they're
come
up.
on.
Yeah, I think they're up.
You got people proxying stuff, hundreds of dollars.
I was out there
assists.
today, man. I was out there today. Listen,
That line was insane.
it's insane, and that's a small ass store. Andre's been there with me. That place is tiny.
I mean, check the polls, right? You keep talking like
I gotta tell you,
in that poll.
Yeah, I mean, we had probably 750 votes at this point. Who's putting out the best designs right now, right?
Mhm.
And I've done that 3 times or 4 times over the past four or 5 months, right? It's always been Hat Club by a mile, Hat Club by a mile, Hat Club by. And this past one, MyFitteds over 50% of the vote, and Hat Club around 28% of the vote. That's crazy to think, man. And you know what? I'm going to say this before we wrap up. I think some of this has to do with the fact that people are getting tired of little things. So, Andre, you say that like some people aren't up in arms, right? And I just want you to hear me out. Aren't up in arms about the poly bags, right? I think they are. But I think what happens is you have this silent minority, this loud minority. What I mean by that is all of the real, I'm talking diehard Hat Club people, right? That will berate you or come after you if you knock down their brand, right? So what you have is you have a bunch of people that do have these issues. It's almost like, do you remember like people that would support Trump but wouldn't tell anybody?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But you thought everyone hated Trump, but then somehow he won the fucking election.
Yeah, of course.
Well, what's happening here with Hat Club is you have a bunch of people in the hat community that are afraid to say something negative about Hat Club.
Because
but-
I think they're going to lose cool points.
Right. But what they're doing is they're saying it in other places.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, people are upset. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that people aren't upset. I'm just saying, there's an energy about it that it's like it's a lot more brushed off than.
How does Hat Club fix it? I'm going to tell you guys how Hat Club fixes it. I know how they need to fix it. They need to stop worrying so much about the social media presence and how much effort they're putting into that right now. Take that money and put it into customer service. Put it into a better shipping process. Because right now, what is marketing doing for that company? I'm going to be frank with you. Zilch. You want to know why? Because they don't have enough hats to service the people that already want them. So why are you going outside of that to try to create more hype and more craziness over a product you can't even supply to your core customer?
But here's the other thing. On the Manolo hats, literally every single person that ordered a 7.5 got a 7 3/8, and everybody that ordered a 7 3/8 got a 7.5.
Yeah, right. So listen, that's what I'm getting at. Andre. Stop. I think there's wasting way too much time and effort into making it look pretty on social media.
Correct.
But you don't do that. You don't showcase your product until the foundational pieces are right.
Correct.
So the foundational pieces are your people, your process, right? Once your people and process are right and you're delivering your product the right way to the right people and the product is right, then you invest in social media, you invest in all these other things. You don't invest there until you invest in people and process.
Correct.
Does that make sense to you guys?
Agreed.
Yeah, well, I mean, we saw this for the last couple of years. We could see it coming, where they were starting to outpace their shipping, their operations and stuff. And then the last 6 months, it's just hockey sticks from there. And
why are we looking at all this shit on Instagram though? Who cares? Put pictures of the hats up for right now. Nice pictures, right? And invest in the other stuff. Those kids that they're taking pictures of, put them in the stockroom. And I don't mean literally them, but I mean,
right.
You understand what I mean, right? Whatever dollar you're spending on that stuff,
Correct.
spend it on getting your shipping and receiving right.
Yeah.
Because honestly, who gives a shit about those things if you're not even getting the hat you're supposed to get?
Well, I mean,
if the regular person can't cop, you know,
if you can even get a, even get a hat.
That's the other. That's
you guys have heard me talk about this, right? Why are you trying? What does Metro Boomin? What is that doing? Like, I get it. He's a celebrity. I get it. He's a producer. He's popular. I get it. But what is it? Why? What's the value in that right now? You can't even do the basic stuff right now. Get the basics right, then expand into that world. That's it.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Like, God, I mean, this is like business 101.
It's funny.
People and process right, then
they're taking the fun out of it.
Crazy.
They're taking the fun out of it because, like, when you open a box, like, okay, what? Oh my God, what are
You're
they
looking
got
at
wrong?
a dirty. You're looking at a dirty swatch.
Size is not here. Yeah.
Yeah. You're looking at a dirty
hat missing. Is there a hat missing?
At dust. You're looking at cardboard debris. You're looking at a sticker. You're like, oh wait, that's a 7 3/8. Is it really a 7 3/8? Oh yeah, it is. This is bad.
People be getting hats that have curved brim, bruh. That is crazy.
Curved brims.
Bro, yes, there's people that get hats regularly with curved brims, bro. Like that shit
on or off.
Well, no, but listen, I don't want to, I don't want to pile on because you're going to have these inopportune things happening with every vendor. But for me, what's happening with Hat Club, watching it from the outside, I love Hat Club. I always have been a supporter. I've been buying from them for many, many years, a decade at this point. And I just don't like what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Put the effort into people and process and then grow from there. You've got to hit that reset button while New Era is in shutdown. Hit that reset button and fix this stuff.
I mean, the designs are good. It's just everything else around it. It's just like
so what Justin does, what T800 John does, that stuff. Even Ben, what Ben does, that stuff's in line.
Correct.
It's everything else that's not.
100%. By when I say the things that I say, I'm not referring to those individuals because their job is completely different. They're not in charge of anything operations wise. Like, to be honest with you, those are the people that help most of the people that do get fucked up because they're good people.
Yeah, they're on the front lines of it.
Yeah, exactly. Like Justin and John, like if something's wrong with your stuff, and Ben, if something's wrong with your stuff, all of those individuals take care of you graciously. They're very, very good hosts. It's just when it comes to the manufacturing end, meaning like the shipping and all that kind of stuff, like
why is there so much going wrong?
Have to be in order. Like
it's all a scaling issue, right? It's all a scaling
issue.
Oh
yeah. Oh, for sure.
I mean, it gets to a certain point where you can't handle it.
Right, but leadership at that point in an organization needs to say, all right,
either we need to stop the growth or we need
to pay our people more or something. There's something,
Yes, but the whole while, dude, every business comes down to this: people and process. People and process. And as you're getting bigger, if you're not able to scale those things up the right way, your people and your process, you're going to fail.
Yeah.
So when you're looking at it, it's misguided. It's like the Titanic sinking and they're arranging the deck chairs.
Right.
Well, their margin of error is so small. So let's say they say
it's like if Apple, but regardless though, is like if Apple drops an iPhone, right? And there's 1 million people lined up from the iPhone, they can't start just selling people boxes after, 500,000 people because they don't know how to handle it. They have to close the store, reset, regroup, get what they need to do to then serve the customers correctly. They can't just keep serving them shitty ass food and then being like, hey, well, you guys are gonna eat it anyways because we're giving you shitty food. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't even work for McDonald's. So
Well,
it's like
their margin of error is so small. So like let's say they send you the wrong size. Before they may have been able to just send you the right one, send it back, boop-de-doop, whatever, make it up for it. Now it's like, well, you kind of shit out of luck. They don't got any. You want to buy it on resale, it's going to cost
which is part of what I'm saying is like
exactly.
That's when that's a factor impacting your customer and your business, right? People are only going to eat shit for so long.
I'm there with you.
They're only going to eat shit for so long before listen, it's like you look at something and you're like, all right, it's not that bad. But then after a while, you start to
can't ignore
wait a second.
You can't ignore it.
It's like tooth pain. It's like tooth pain. It's like a toothache. Right? Yeah. You tolerate it. Then one day you can't tolerate it anymore. You're like, fucking pull that tooth.
Yep.
Like pull that tooth out of here. Get it out.
Yeah.
I think the only thing is like you have to look at that as like that's something that's a big thing. Customers are the people that are paying your bills, and there's only so much that people can do before people start being like, all right, man, look, now we're just getting fucked over. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Listen, this was great, guys. This was a great conversation. I think it led into a conversation. Now, again, it's not a personal thing about any people in an organization. It's about the organization itself and how it's being led. So, I certainly want to make sure that we put that out there. And Jason,
100%.
I was just going to say, next stock drop and roll, we'll break down ECAP City's shipping because Monfu says it's the best. Yeah. So we'll
there's not much to break down. It's just good shipping.
Here's one other thing I want to share, if that's okay, before we wrap up, guys.
Yeah.
Is and this is stuff that now that I'm in this mode right now. I got to bring something up. So I've been hearing a lot about people almost denigrating the reach of this show and what we impact, what we don't impact. And I want to be clear. If people don't understand the impact that venues like this have on things, you're sorely mistaken. Because what is our reach? It's what is it like? It's something like 1.5 million screens every 28 days, right?
Impressions, impressions.
That's insane. That's insane. So for I've heard people have said this stuff in passing, whatever. I want you to know something. This show has reach. It has reach. It makes a difference. And a lot of what's happening out there isn't because of us, but we're certainly a part of it. And I just want to say that out loud. And I also wanted to say thank you to each of you for doing your part. Because a lot of times, I'm hearing a lot of this stuff that denigrates some of the work that we do. And I certainly don't want to walk around like I have some chip on my shoulder. But I also want to make sure that those folks that are saying those things, you understand that if you're watching this right now, we reached you. Mm-hmm. Remember that. We touched you.
Whoa.
Pause.
Bottom, middle, or top.
You know what I mean, though, guys. So, listen, I love what we do, and I enjoy it. Even this conversation, it's all in the interest of making others better.
Yeah.
So, sure. With that, Leon, big fella, take us away.
Yeah, let us know in the comments. Who you got up stock, who you got down, who you got the middle. For Jason, Leon, Pierre, and Monfu. We're signing out, guys. Stay fitted.
See you, everybody.
Peace.